Now in the last video, I promised that we are going to do a little bit of demonstration about R. But it was so to use R, you could use either this R or R Studio, but the version of the software is decided by the as you see this thing here. Let's just create a new script. And you could use some text editor, but I just found it the text editor in the RStudio is quite useful and convenient, and it helps people for being lazy because it completes and kind of corrects your syntax and grammars, right? And you could also use something called R Markdown if you have if you want to write your code and the file at the same time, so that it's easier to see what you have done and keep all the track of your work. So now just I'm running the R version 3.4.3, and I have a number of packages. So packages are extensions of R, which we are going to demonstrate a little bit later. So this is the plot interface. But if you are in the some Windows system, there might be some further applications besides this plot. So let's just start with numerical calculations. What's going on? Right. So just do an easy way of using the script, especially when you do exploratory calculations, is to use Control plus Enter. So unlike computer arithmetic system, this script, if you press Control and Enter, it runs the file of the line you're referring to. So it's telling me the answer, and similarly some so I hit this, and it's telling me e to the power of 2 is this, and there are some setting you could assign value to things. For example, I go a is 1, and it is okay to use both of the assign here, but I would recommend the first one because it's safer to use. And sometimes you use equal sign, but equal sign is usually what we describe as something to generate a Boolean vector. And you could go do a lot of things and could define functions, but I'm not going to demonstrate to you. And there are some assigned values. For example, pi, it's already there, but if you override it, I know pi doesn't equals to 1, but I assign pi, it's 1, and then I get 1. So you don't have to, and also you don't have to write print bracket something, because whenever you go something there, it automatically means you return or print something in the screen, or so that's the numeric function. And like it has some datas in this default datas in the software, like the famous iris, but if you go data bracket, you could load all of your data, and that's kind of, and if you go help, and iris. There are some information files you could load data, but I'm not gonna explain to you in this video. Attach. So attach is the functions that you load things into your environment. So if I go ls to inspect all the things in my environment, I got this. Oh no, actually iris is here. And if you remove things, you go detach. But if you want to remove a single thing, like I want to remove that pi equals 1, I just go detach. Oh no, remove. Pi. So, and so it's back. Right, I go plot iris, and it zoom in, and this is nearly, you could set the aspect and lots of customization after this, but as you see, it's really convenient to use this thing here. So and with some packages, there are lots of useful packages that turns R into a very powerful machine that you could use later, like ggplot2 or something, and you could always create your own packages. Oh, and so just please do move on to the next instruction to remember some important syntax and some formats about for loops, judgment, and defining functions and some data structures. So, all right.